Welcome to It's All for the Kids. I'm Stevie G, and we got Jim Park from sunny Florida because you guys aren't where the hurricanes getting hit.
No hurricanes in Florida anymore.
That's kind of a good thing there, my brother. So, so we started this journey, back in 2020 of smoking a cigar on
Before that, before COVID.
Yeah, it was actually 2019, I believe, that we started on Cinco de Mayo Day. Said we could probably sell cigars to help the kids at Children's, and we've been doing it for like 6 years now.
Yes, as we have, and we'd like to sell more.
Exactly, because we've got them from our good friend Pete down there near Miami that can get their custom hand rolled, infused with. We've done tequila, Kahlua, vodka, bourbon, cognac. We got them all for our buddies there, Jim.
Well, I tell you I was never much of a cigar smoker, okay? And, the reason I never was a cigar smoker is I love the smell of cigar smoke. I love the smell. And,
right.
And when I was a kid, I actually built a machine to smoke a cigar.
Oh, wow.
So I could smell it, I couldn't smoke it, because I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
But my dad, he smoked a pipe for a long time, and I loved the smell of cigar, the pipe smoke and all that. But, kids can't do that. And anyway, most people, if they do smoke one, they don't, one of the biggest drawbacks is you wake up the next day and you got that taste in your mouth of tastes like an ashtray,
Yeah.
The beauty of the cigars the SGC cigars that we have is that doesn't happen because the guy that makes them is really a special guy. I don't understand him, but I do understand him in a way. He sells thousands of cigars every week, and he sells them to high-end hotels and companies that promote their products, and he sells to a bourbon company, and his tobacco is aged for at least 7 years, and some of it as much as 13 years, which means the nicotine is down. But then he rolls this tobacco is rolled without any kind of preservatives or any kind of chemicals. And it's the chemicals and the preservatives and all that crap that makes you have that taste the next day.
Right.
And
yeah.
You don't have that with these cigars, it's just beautiful. And then, I know Stevie, you like the Kahlua cigars and the tips are sweet, when people,
right. Yeah,
I'm not a sweet cigar fan, and, when people think of sweet cigars, they think of Swisher sweets, right?
Yeah.
And those cigars are all sweetened with chemicals, I don't know what chemicals they're sweetened with, but Pete uses molasses and honey.
Oh, I know.
And he uses Jack honey or Jim Beam honey. The sweet. I mean, so here you got these cigars, and let me tell you, he sells one of the cigars he makes. He sells to a hotel chain for $20, and they sell them for $40. And nobody that's buying a cigar for $40 expects a crappy cigar.
Well, yeah, for sure.
He's selling these cigars for $40, right? The same cigars the SGC sell them for $12.
I know, but brother, and they're so good, like you say, because I wasn't a big cigar smoker either till you and I that one day sat and had a couple, and you had this brain thought that goes, hey, Stevie, we could sell these. sell them for like $12. Half the money goes to help the kids at Children's Hospital. And I wasn't a big cigar smoker either, but the nice thing, like you say, you can smoke it. There's no burn in your throat. There's no aftertaste after you get done smoking it. It's just
Yeah.
and they're a perfect way to take a break in the day. You and I talk about it that we take an afternoon break because it takes about an hour to smoke one. So you get a nice hour break. You can get away from whatever you're doing, or you can work on your laptop, your cell phone, whatever.
Oh yeah, and you don't have to. You don't have a. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing to spend an hour relaxing and enjoying the day.
Exactly. And the nice thing about it is that when you buy these cigars, they're going through the foundation to help kids. So therefore, it's a tax deduction. And what a great way to supply your habit, right? Take care of your habit that you can take off your taxes. I mean, what's better than that? And you're doing a great thing for your community because you're helping sick kids at Children's Hospital. It's not like we're having the kids smoke them now.
Right.
People are smoking them to help the sick kids,
We haven't had any kids smoking them, Stevie.
No, we haven't. We haven't given any. If some adult has given one to a kid, we don't know anything about it. Okay, but
I think a lot of the guys that we sell them to are just kids at heart.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And and the nice thing about it is, cigars are like something that we found, in our traveling with our business, right? That when we travel, we'll sit outside, have a cigar. Before you know it, you got a conversation going with people you've just met. They may like one or like the smell, like you say, of the tobacco smell. Hang out with you, at the hotels out in the Hilton Garden Inn has that garden area. Embassy Suites has got areas to where you can just have a nice leisurely conversation while you're having a cigar.
It's funny. It's you're right. You meet people. It's the kind of people you meet. It's very interesting. You expect people to complain. Oh my God! Smell that cigar. Why'd you? But the reaction in a lot of cases is exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
People will say, "Oh, my grandpa used to smoke a cigar. It just brings me back to my childhood." And part of me thinks, my family, they're kind of a lot of people I know are kind of liberal people, and they look, that's horrible. Why do you do that? It's bad for you. Well, smoking a cigar, it's not bad for you like cigarettes, because you don't inhale them, and which is a big difference. And I say,
right.
look at George Burns, who smoked 19 cigars a day.
Yeah, I know. He lived till he was 99 years old.
Yeah, right. And he asked him, what does your doctor think about that? He goes, they're all dead.
Exactly.
Because the doctors back then smoked cigarettes.
Exactly. That. And what's really kind of nice is that, people have are always looking for something to give away at their booth, in an exhibit hall.
Oh, yeah.
Business trips. So cigars are kind of like a novelty. Business guys at the end of the year to their top customers, pass the cigars out. So it's really kind of a neat network that we've started to grow over the years with the SGC cigars of helping kids, because they go, hey, look, I'm doing something good for my community. I'm helping out the kids. I'm doing this to my customers.
Having fun playing golf and smoking a cigar,
Yeah, we've got them at all the SGC golf tournaments or other. Panama City Beach has got a 2-day golf tournament coming up in 2026, and they've already reached out to use the SGC, Foundation cigars at their golf tournament. So there's another 200 and some people that are going to get to know the foundation and how about helping kids and the cigars. It's growing, Jim. It's growing.
it's funny how many people you've sold cigars to, Stevie, that love them. Okay, love them because they don't have the aftertaste.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a serendipity that you're helping the kids. I mean, yeah, people will give money. People will give you money for the kids just because, and and yet here it is, something that's enjoyable. People can do together, and like you said, if it's not fun, we're not going to do it. So
Absolutely. You got that right, Jim. And we've been doing it for 20 years.
it's just another fun thing, goes
Yeah.
hand with everything else you're trying to accomplish.
What's nice is we got a rapport with a bunch of NFL guys across the country that are all there. Got some NBA legends that are now smoking. We got people that are in the energy industry. We've got, government officials, government directors that are all looking to have them, smoke them. So it's a wide range of variety of people. It's not it's not just one class of people,
Well, and it's a social aspect of cigars. Like how many times have we been in a hotel sitting outside and meet people, that who are in a hotel. It's lonely, man. When you travel as much as we do, and people that travel, it's lonely. Go in a hotel, sit outside, nobody there. Who do you talk to? You always meet new people, and it's another way to open the door of communication.
Exactly. And the nice thing is that these cigars, like you say, have no aftertaste, no burn, but we can infuse them. Pete can infuse them with whatever. So, I mean, if somebody likes a certain brand of cognac, we can infuse them with the cognac, like our NFL guys, right?
Yes.
Or we can make them sweet with, vanilla vodka, for Christmas coming up, So we're going to have some with the vanilla vodka infused. The Kahlua, of course, are Stevie's. Some of the cognac for the NFL guys. And when people go to sgc-foundation.org, they can make a donation to help the kids at Christmas time, and we'll send them a couple of cigars based on how much they donate. Right?
And if they don't smoke cigars, they can just buy some for us.
Right. Or they could turn around and say, I don't want the cigars, but hey, look, I'll take a golf polo, cigars. So I mean,
you can't see it, but I'm wearing my SGC shirt here, by the way.
I see that, my brother. Hey, that's what I'm getting at. I mean, so people can help the kids, and if they write in that they want to go to the St. Louis Children's Hospital or San Diego, we'll make sure their donation goes to that hospital. So it's just another way that they can contribute to help, the kids that have to be in the hospital over Christmas, and have fun because they're getting to enjoy a good cigar.
How horrible is that? When you think about it, how horrible is that? You think to be a kid and spend a Christmas in the hospital.
Hey, I can tell you for a fact, when I was 5 years old, I spent Christmas in the hospital after surgery. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know what it's like to be in the hospital. You get a stocking full of candy and different things, and Santa comes in the room. So, I mean, I totally understand it. So I guess maybe that's why I'm always looking to help the different children's hospitals with money to support a Christmas party at the hospital over Christmas for these kids.
Yeah, same. I mean, I got out of the hospital 2 days before Christmas, and my brothers and sisters stayed in the hospital. So I was the only one home.
So that's probably, Jimbo, that's probably what drives us to do what we do. Besides, we always say, if it ain't fun, we ain't doing it. And, and it's an enjoyable thing. I'm glad that we found the cigars, and thank goodness for Pete being down there in southern Florida near Miami, hand rolling cigars for us, that we can, sell at a reasonable price for everybody. Because look, you can't buy a good cigar for $12, brother. You can't go to a cigar lounge, cigar shop, and buy a good cigar for $12.
And anybody that smokes good cigars knows that. You can go buy a cigar for $6, but I'll tell you, I don't want one. You can buy Swisher Sweets. I don't want one.
And not only that, but they could be seconds, they could be rejects, they could be overflow, for that price. So no, I mean, look, and you mentioned about how the high-end hotels are selling the same cigars for like 4 times what we're selling.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Like I said, I mean, we've got the double Maduro Habano. We got the Maduro ones that we're infusing, double Maduro infused. I mean, it's just a great way to have a good social event with somebody, hanging out. Besides giving them out to your customers, giving them out at exhibit hall areas now, because you're always trying to find the latest and coolest trinket to give somebody coming by your booth. So, I'm going to be in Vegas for NIASCO meeting, and Jimbo, I'll be having several cigars to hand out to people.
Yes, that's right. And while you're doing that, I'll be on a cruise.
I know. You're going to be on a cruise. I'm going to be in Vegas. We're just going to be promoting the foundation as we go and having a good time.
Well, I'll sit on the cruise ship, and I'll go up in the smoking area on the cruise ship, and I'll meet people from all over the world, and it'll be fun.
Oh, I know that. Hey, Jim, I know you're busy down in Florida. You got to pack because you're leaving this weekend. I appreciate you taking time to come out and talk about our cigars that we got going out there, selling to help the kids at Christmas time. We've got, the ones infused with Kahlua, cognac, double Maduro, super good.
Don't forget the ladies' cigars, okay? Pete makes more of these little cigars for ladies because the ladies, when they're out there with their husbands, they want to have something too. And the big drawback to smoking a cigar again is the stink and the smell and the taste. But those sweet vanilla cheroots are amazing. They're like 5 inches long. They're a little bit bigger than a cigarette in diameter, and they're sweet vanilla, and the women love them.
That's right, because I remember that we got Pete making up a bundle for us. The 2 bundles to sell around for Christmas to raise money for the kids at Children's. I totally forgot about that, but you're right. So, like I said, and the thing is, there's more women smoking cigars now than ever. And it's almost equal up to the number of men smoking cigars or more so now. So you're right. We got the cigars for the women as well.
You didn't hear me say this, but watching a woman smoke a cigar is pretty sexy looking.
Yeah, it is. You got that. I agree with you there, buddy. I agree with you there. Matter of fact, when I'm in Vegas, I'm going to see if I can't catch up to our good friend Roxanne Brown that brought a bunch of them to the M Casino there in Vegas when we were there a few years ago. And brought like about 20 of them. And needless to say, about 4 of us smoked all 20 of those cigars that night.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to seeing all my friends out in Vegas, smoke a few cigars there. And
no screwball, right?
And some screwball. You always have a couple glasses of screwball whiskey.
Okay.
I'll swing by that casino, that's next to the Venetian.
The
Palazzo that has that open cigar bar. And I'll be thinking of you and Chuck, because I'll probably even go lay some money down on the poker tables while we're there.
Oh, no, Stevie. Oh, no.
I know. Oh, no, I'm smoking a couple cigars. You got to have something to do. So, hey, man. Hey, I got to let you go. And, hey, maybe we can catch up later for a cigar.
You bet.
All right, my friend.
See you. Have a great.
Do you like a good cigar? Not me. I like a great cigar. And if you enjoy a great cigar, like these guys, then you want SGC cigars. Not only do you get a great smoke, but a portion of the proceeds from each cigar goes to help the children. And let's face it, it's all for the kids. And if it ain't fun, we ain't doing it. Enjoy.
Ta-da!